I deserve respect.
This could be the end of the glorious champion, Bobby Roode. Oh, glorious DDT! Bobby Roode breaking Hideo's promise here tonight at TakeOver.
Relax. Hey, I've been there before, man.
Get somebody in here, will you?
I understand. It'll be on now.
Get somebody in here. Hold down that. So many questions about Itami. What is he going to do now after coming up empty on his promise against Bobby Roode? Go to sleep. Why not just go for the pin right here? Not again. Itami with a go to sleep again and still not going for a pin. No, come on now. It's Kassius Ohno.
I don't think Ohno knows what's going on with Hideo.
All you've done since Chicago is blame people. It's never your fault. It's always someone else's fault. I'm trying to get through to you. I've gone out of my way, but I'm done. I'm about action. I'm done talking.
The right way, the wrong way, there is only one way. That's the Hideo Itami way.
Hideo Itami, Kassius Ohno looking to settle their differences here tonight. Tommy says he's felt disrespected here in NXT. Kassius Ohno would like to teach him a lesson in respect. Oh, and Tommy showing off some newfound aggression. Looking for the go to sleep. Well scouted by Ohno. Come on! Oh, man! He just kicked him south of the equator!
The only thing on my mind is getting my hands on Hideo Itami.
Ah, JTS!
And there's nothing that tells me he's not just going to do the same thing again. So if I can make one request.
Oh, face first goes Ohno!
No disqualification. That's what you want. That's where you go.
It's another red-hot night of action here at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. Welcome to NXT. Tonight, Kassius Ohno is out for revenge against his former friend, Hideo Itami. And this time, NXT's resident knockout artist gets Itami in a no disqualification match. And what will we hear from the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka? The undefeated NXT Women's Champion returns to Full Sail for the first time since TakeOver Brooklyn. Asuka will be here live to address the NXT Universe about her future later tonight. Working relationship already paying dividends. Andrade and Almas coming off an emphatic and impressive win at NXT take over Brooklyn 3 over Johnny Gargano.
His career certainly has been on an upward trajectory ever since aligning himself with Zelina Vega.
Look who's coming over. What's up? Pardon me, grab a seat.
Zelina Vega joining us here at ringside. Mauro Ranallo along with Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson as we get set for singles action. And Zelina, I gotta ask, there's been chaos around NXT since the arrival of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. What do you think about their impact?
Mauro, that's irrelevant. Okay, I don't care what they do. As long as they're not in our way, it will become my business. But right now, the only business I have is with Andrade Cien Almas.
Oh, speaking of that, I got a question. I want to know, NXT Universe wants to know, what's the relationship between you and Andrade?
Well, I met Andrade 7 years ago in Mexico, and he brought me on board to help him with his career, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
And his opponent, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, weighing in at 250 pounds, Cezar Bononi.
Cezar Bononi with the biggest win of his career coming at the expense of Andrade Cien Almas, who definitely seems to have a renewed focus since you came on the scene, Zelina.
Yes. Now, listen, as talented as Cezar Bononi may be, he beat the old Andrade. This is the new and improved Hideo.
Now, let's backtrack a little bit. You've been working with Andrade for 7 years, right? Is there anything else relationship-wise between you guys aside from professionally?
¿Qué tú piensas, huh? What's your problem? Mind your business. That's none of your business. What we do is our business. What you should be doing is paying attention to what's going on in the ring. Do your job.
Andrade Cien Almas and Cezar Bononi getting down to business now.
Oh, my goodness.
See?
Lighting up Bononi early. And here's that heightened sense of aggression, the edge that we've seen from Andrade Cien Almas in the past few weeks.
That's all you?
That's all me.
Oh. Drop kick by Almas.
So, in Brooklyn, when you threw Gargano the DIY T-shirt, was that a part of your plan? Or?
Listen, would I be as successful as I am if I gave away all of my managerial secrets? The only man who knows my secrets is the man in the ring, Andrade Cien Almas.
Now, also, how easy or how difficult has it been to tame the socialite that we know as Andrade?
What's the first thing I did when I came here to NXT, huh? I smacked some sense into Andrade, and now look at him.
Yeah, he's smacking Cezar Bononi with the forearm. Reversal by Bononi. Oh, and he takes Almas off his feet.
Oh, a little payback.
The Brazilian bomber showcasing some of his striking prowess.
Nice reversal time. Oh, and a beautiful drop kick on the jaw.
Big man, 6'6", over 260 pounds.
That's
flattening
impressive.
Almas with the drop kick. Oh. Small package by Bononi. 2 count for the Brazilian, looking for a second consecutive win of Almas. Oh, man.
Yep.
That is clock clean with that vicious back elbow from Almas.
Telling you, the most talented guy I've ever seen.
Oh. Sinister sequence from Almas, the backbreaker.
I tell you what, Zelina, you're worth your weight in gold if you can keep Andrade moving like this.
Oh, he will. He's focused.
Maybe you should hire a Percy. It might improve your broadcasting skills.
I don't think I can afford her, man.
Acábalo! Acábalo! Finish him!
Zelina Vega giving the instructions to Andrade Cien Almas, and he responds with a 1, 2, 3. So this business relationship continues to reap dividends for Almas.
Your winner, Andrade Cien.
My business here is done. Thank you.
Well, Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas been taking care of business, and well, business has been good for that duo.
It certainly has. Cien Andrade. Andrade Cien Almas gets revenge and cancels out that earlier loss to Bononi.
Andrade is climbing the charts quickly.
Third generation luchador Andrade Cien Almas, who has been in fuego since Zelina Vega came back into his life.
No question, Almas has a bright future here in NXT with Vega by his side.
And it was the future of the NXT Championship that was on the minds of us all last week on NXT. After Roderick Strong defeated Bobby Roode in a grueling match, NXT champion Drew McIntyre came to the stage to seemingly accept Strong's challenge for a future opportunity at the championship. But with McIntyre's back turned, the trio of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly once again made their presence felt, assaulting the champion from behind and delivering a vicious DDT onto the stage, leaving a path of destruction in their wake before an irate William Regal arrived on the scene. Our NXT general manager is standing by now with comments regarding the recent actions of Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly.
Based on what we've seen, I've made sure that Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, and Bobby Fish understand there'll be no more jumping people in the car park. There'll be no more attacking people at the PC. All the fighting goes on in the ring. They can be a part of NXT, but they will compete in the ring only.
Strong words from Mr. Regal, who has had his hands full of late with the havoc wreaked by NXT's newest signees. But here you see two superstars looking to cause some havoc of their own. Hideo Itami and Kassius Ohno are warming up for their No Disqualification Match later tonight on NXT.
Ready? Okay. N-O-M-E-R-C-Y. Slam them down and make them cry. No, no mercy. Show them no mercy. No, no mercy. Show them no mercy. Any questions?
Welcome back to Full Sail University, and tonight, NXT is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Little Caesars. Make it a 3-count combo today by adding a Mountain Dew and a crazy combo to any pizza. Do the do.
I'm standing outside NXT Women's Champion Asuka's locker room, where I hope to find out what the Empress of Tomorrow will say tonight to the NXT universe.
I know the Dream said he wouldn't speak until the ambiance is right. And it's not. But watching NXT take over Brooklyn, the Dream was compelled. The Dream saw a man who needs the experience. So the Dream will speak. Soon. Very soon.
The bowling contest is a 3-on-1 handicap match scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Denver, Colorado, weighing in at 303 pounds, Lars Sullivan.
NXT's one-man wrecking crew, Lars Sullivan, NXT GM William Regal, taking umbrage with his behavior recently, Nigel, and now rewarding him. That's what you call it in this 3-on-1 handicap.
In most cases, you would bet on the 3 men, but I mean, against Lars Sullivan, it's almost irrelevant.
That being said, Lars Sullivan has something to pay for, according to William Regal. Absolute monstrous individual.
Is he saying, if he's saying he wants all 3 of them in the ring?
Wow.
Sullivan told the ref he wants all 3 individuals in the ring at one time.
You gotta be kidding me.
That might be the only way they stand a chance.
Oh my God.
By Sullivan. Wow. Just manhandling these 3 individuals. My goodness, just the sheer power, the brute strength of Lars Sullivan is something to behold.
Look at Lars just destroying these 3 men.
Oh. Sullivan is hulking. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a big mistake. Oh.
Whoa! A couple of avalanche splashes in the corners by Sullivan. One arm slam!
Get out there!
An absolutely outrageous show of force from Lars Sullivan. I don't think the question is if he can win this match, it's when.
You just received your answer, Nigel. What a show.
Here's your
Force and
winner,
destruction.
Lars Sullivan.
I mean, you could have called this match halfway into it. He could have pinned anybody within the first 30 seconds of the match and it would have been over.
Lars Sullivan continues to cut a swath of destruction. He's not finished yet. Sending a physical message to the entire NXT locker room. Lars Sullivan, hell-bent on destruction. Oh.
Clubbing forearms across the jaw.
Merciless attack.
We know who this is. Does he really want to come out now?
And no way, Jose, who has his own issues with Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan would like it to be no more Jose if he had his druthers, but
Lars, yeah. Back in Brooklyn, you attacked me from behind. Yeah. You single-handedly put a stop to the biggest conga line the BK has ever seen. I get it, Lars. You're tough. But let's see how tough you are when my back isn't turned and I'm looking you dead in your eyes.
Got to admire his brothers, but that could be the biggest mistake No Way Jose ever made.
oh! And Sullivan steamrolls No Way Jose. Oh, and these clubbing cross faces by Sullivan on No Way Jose.
What was he
Absolutely
thinking?
merciless.
Oh. I hate to say it, but he's only getting what he deserves. He wasn't in this match. Why did he come out here?
Jose is facing the same fate that everybody else received when they come across the path of Lars.
Certainly is.
Sullivan with another thunderous slam, this time leaving No Way Jose in a prostrate position. Who will stop Lars Sullivan?
Well, that question remains to be answered. El Hombre Merengue left for dead in the middle of the ring.
Well, another impressive show of force by Lars Sullivan, and it's incredible just how immensely impactful he has been.
It certainly is, but you talk about impactful, you've got to talk about the match that Johnny Gargano had at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Earlier this week, we had a chance to catch up with him at the WWE Performance Center. Let's take you back now to that footage.
Brooklyn was amazing. It was a special night. It was a night I'll never forget. And yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Well, to what degree do you feel like Zelina Vega throwing that DIY shirt at you at the end of that match played a factor in your loss to Andrade?
It didn't. I lost focus. It'll never happen again. It's on me. It's my fault. I lost. I have to own that. And I am.
Well, given that
Johnny Gargano.
What's up, my man?
What's up, man? How you doing? You're looking good. I haven't seen you since our last match at Full Sail when we essentially broke DIY up.
We did. Oh,
sorry about that.
Listen,
man.
we saw your match in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you out, man. I don't know if you're gonna cut as a singles competitor, so our advice: go find another tag partner, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You guys saw my takeover match?
Yeah.
From your couch? That's cool. Look, here's what we can do. Next week, one of you guys can get in the ring with me, and we'll see what happens.
One of us? Pretty much.
Where were we?
So are you gonna take that match?
Yeah.
Serious
match?
about that match? Yeah.
Am I serious about that match?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Of the two, who would you prefer to face?
Doesn't matter.
Trained in judo, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. She is a dangerous, dangerous woman, perhaps one of the baddest women on the NXT roster.
From Shalom, New Jersey, Sonya Deville!
I never asked for this. I was born for this. Beating people up?
Oh my God!
Sure.
Sonya Deville has made an impact, a mixed martial arts background that she brings to the ring.
Still taking the gloves off.
I was born to fight.
Sonya's toying with her right now.
Failure is not an option.
Oh, my word.
Put your hair up and square up.
I'm not gonna back down from anybody. I worked too hard to let this slip through my hands. I'm in the ring to bring total destruction.
They're gonna know that's a legitimate badass in there.
I'm gonna go in full force, and I'm gonna rip them apart.
Welcome back to NXT, and as you may remember, we came on the air last week and were greeted with this grisly scene outside of Full Sail Arena. Members of Sanity, alongside various security guards, all laid out in the parking lot from what looked to be another senseless attack at the hands of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. In the wake of this carnage, NXT officials received the following video message from the reigning tag team champions as Sanity responded directly to Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly.
We wanted to welcome you guys to NXT. we noticed something about you right away. And that is that you dance different. So do we. You see, at the end of your life, you're gonna look back at TakeOver and you're gonna realize that was a huge mistake. We don't care about where you're from. We don't care about who you think you are. We don't care about who you think you're going to be in this universe. The only thing we care about chaos!
The bowling contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Richmond, Virginia, Zeda.
Singer, model, amateur, mixed martial artist, and one of the 32 competitors in the inaugural Mae Young Classic. Zeda set for one-on-one action in the NXT Women's Division.
And set to impress you as well. 10 years BJJ experience, training at the famous, or should I say, infamous Black House MMA gym.
Yeah,
you know something about
that. Oh man, producing MMA royalty like Anderson the Spider Silva, but Zeda now focused on a career here in sports entertainment under the NXT banner.
And her opponent from Tremont, New Jersey, Sonya Deville.
Well, her opponent also well-versed in mixed martial arts, and Sonya Deville, a striker, a submission artist, very scrappy and relentless.
One thing I know about Sonya Deville, she doesn't care who the opponent is. She just wants to throw hands.
Deville is a fighter. She likes to get dirty. And all it takes is one punch, one submission to beat someone.
Of course, you can watch the inaugural Mae Young Classic on the WWE Network as Deville quickly goes behind and takes down Zeda.
Let's not forget the live finale of the Mae Young Classic is next week in Las Vegas. That's live September 12th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nice roll through.
Yep, roll through by Zeda for a one count. Deville leapfrog by Zeda.
Thought about it. Went for the double, didn't get it.
Changes levels. Blocked by Zeda, but now the go behind and again just wrenching Zeda to the canvas with that waist lock.
Sonya just so quick and so explosive.
Zeda has considerable grappling background and experience along with that BJJ, but right now Deville is really owning her.
Back elbow, forces the break. Oh, and Zeda just crushed by Sonya Deville, and Zeda rolling to the outside. Man, the wind knocked out of her sails by Sonya Deville.
Look how quickly, though, Deville is on the outside and throws Zeda back in the ring. Doesn't want a cheap victory, doesn't want a hollow victory. Oh!
Yeah, dogged determination from Deville, but blocked that roundhouse. And oh, and she says, Zeda, this is how you deliver a roundhouse kick. And Deville known for her crisp and technical striking and her submission skills. And there's the tap. Zeda with the instant tap.
Your winner by submission, Sonya Deville.
What did I tell you? It only takes one.
All the jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai amateur background, nothing can help Zeda tonight.
Let's take a look at how Deville did this. Very impressive victory. Starting off there, look at that knee strike underneath the jaw, but look how quickly she followed up that armbar triangle combination, cutting off the carotid artery and extending the arm at the same time. Zeda had no choice but to tap. Well, Deville comes out on top with a triangle armbar and takes one step closer to perhaps getting a title opportunity for the NXT Women's Championship.
And speaking of the NXT Women's Championship, the entire sports entertainment world is buzzing about the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow. After yet another successful title defense at TakeOver Brooklyn, Asuka will be live inside Full Sail Arena later tonight to address the NXT universe regarding her future and the future of the NXT Women's Championship. But coming up next, Kassius and Hideo Itami look to finally settle their issues inside the squared circle. When we return, two of NXT's hardest-hitting competitors will do battle in a no disqualification match. Ohno and Itami, get it on after the break.
NXT is the next generation, and the next generation has arrived.
NXT, the future is now.
We are live at Full Sail University. Over the last year, NXT has grown into a major force. NXT is taking over.
You could be looking at some future Hall of Famers compete here tonight.
How impressive and how exciting the future of WWE is.
NXT redefined the sports entertainment landscape.
The future is now. NXT, the future is now. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
Welcome back to NXT. September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we are so proud to continue our support of Connor's Cure and raise money to fund pediatric cancer research. All month long, WWE superstars will be wearing pieces from the new Connor's Cure collection on WWEshop.com, including an exclusive line of shirts and sweatshirts, pins, and of course, the item that started it all, the Connor's Cure bracelet. Support tomorrow's superstars. Purchase your Connor's Cure merchandise today at WWEshop.com.
Excuse me, fellas. Can you make sure you get that tape for me, please? Thank you. Ah, Ruby, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir.
Good.
Look, I have to talk to you about something. With all due respect, I need a handicap match with Billy and Peyton. Not just Billy, not just Peyton, because you and I both know that the other one's going to get involved no matter what. Sir, I need to shut them up for good.
Ruby, in all good conscience, I can't give you a handicap match. But what I can do for you is put you in a tag match. So you find a partner and you can face Billy and Peyton.
Call it whatever you want. As long as I'm standing across the ring from them, I'll be there.
Our Performance Center camera is catching a conversation between Ruby Riot and William Regal earlier today. As she gets her wish, and will soon have a shot of revenge against the iconic duo, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay.
The bowling contest is a no disqualification match where anything goes. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Already in the ring, from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 260 pounds,
Nigel Kassius Ohno asked NXT General Manager William Regal for a no disqualification match against his former partner Hideo Itami.
Well, specifically asking for a no DQ match, I think, because he doesn't want Itami to take a cheap shot, get intentionally disqualified, and get away with a match. He wants a clear winner and a loser.
Well, recently Itami was disqualified for a low blow, Percy.
Well, yeah, Kassius Ohno has a big score to settle. Remember what happened to him? Hideo hit him in the GTS over there in the steel steps.
Japan, weighing 180 pounds, Hideo Itami.
Hideo Itami's frustration level has to be at an all-time high. Heartbreaking loss to Aleister Black in NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. And now a no disqualification match against, well, a guy I used to call friend, Kassius Ohno.
These two certainly have a storied history, and this is going to break down quickly.
Anything goes tonight, fellas. I can't wait to see these two go at it.
The trials and tribulations of Ohno and NXT have been well documented, or excuse me, Itami, but Ohno has also had his fair share of roadblocks and of obstacles to overcome in his career.
He certainly has, but there's a big obstacle for Itami.
So again, no disqualification, anything goes. Ohno catches Itami in midair. Big body slam. Oh, and a leaping leg drop.
Well, we're interested to see how the no DQ stipulation changes this match. How does it change the strategy of both these individuals?
Who do you think it favors, Nigel? Ohno or Itami in this instance?
That's tough to say. I've seen Kassius Ohno in some no DQ matches where he really pulled out all the stops.
Oh, running vertical suplex by Ohno, and we've seen Itami take shortcuts recently. The cover by Ohno, almost a 3 count early.
You got to keep in mind, both of these guys have extensive offenses, but I'm anxious to see what happens since there are essentially no rules whatsoever.
You see that? A little bit of a show of disrespect from Kassius Ohno there.
Well, Ohno feels disrespected by Hideo Itami, and of course Itami feels disrespected by the entire NXT universe. Reversal on the Irish whip. Oh no! Lands on his feet on the apron. Oh, and Ohno gets bounced right off the turnbuckle, crashes onto the stairs to the outside. Again, no disqualification. And Hideo Itami going to take advantage, try to maximize this opportunity.
We saw before the last time these two faced, Itami dropping Ohno onto those ring steps with that go to sleep. Does he try it again now?
Driving Ohno's face into those steel steps, and you're right, it put Ohno on the sidelines after Itami dropped him face first on the steel steps. And it was interesting in talking to Ohno earlier, he says he has an answer for the GTS. Does he have an answer for this?
Kassius has got to get some life back to him, or this is going to go sour real quick.
And of course, the strong amateur kickboxing background from Hideo Itami. We haven't seen a lot of those blistering kicks yet. Whoa! Did he hear me? Ooh.
It's more that Kobayashi strong style that Hideo likes to employ. Listen to the thud.
Cavalcade of crushing kicks in the corner on Kassius Ohno by Hideo Itami.
Let's keep in mind the official doesn't have to break this.
Full head of steam, hesitation, drop kick. Both boots right into the face of Ohno, the cover by Itami. And Ohno kicks out at 2.
There was no hesitation from Itami for covering afterwards, though.
That's one thing you can't do as a superstar. No hesitation whatsoever.
Well, he's hesitating right here as he actually goes all the way to the outside, looking for other implements. Again, anything goes. He can use anything at his disposal to try to beat Kassius Ohno, including the steel chair.
I don't know if this is hesitating. This is bringing this match forward.
Yeah, Ohno grabbing onto the chair as well. And there's a tug of war that Ohno wins with a boot to the midsection. Throws a chair. Oh! And that rolling elbow into the unforgiving steel.
This could be catastrophic. Here we go. The monster among men. The beast. These two behemoths are gonna lock horns. Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman.
On demand.
So you can eat what the people on the moon eat.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Get ready much or I'll play a game, Maurice. For a ride that will totally...
How did you get puked on?
Come on!
blow you away. The hit show is back. WWE Ride Along. Watch anytime on demand. Only on WWE Network.
Do you think there comes a point in this match, perhaps, where Ohno will regret asking William Regal to make this a no disqualification match?
You bring up a salient point.
I don't think so. Knowing Kassius Ohno, win or lose, regardless of what happens in this match, he wants to give it all he got, and he wants his opportunity at a damn right now.
I've seen Itami be sadistic in the past.
The enmity level between these two superstars growing exponentially before our very eyes.
Oh, Ohno asking him.
Look at him.
And the bigger Kassius Ohno, oh, that kick, oh! Catches Itami right in the face with that right boot. And the big man Kassius Ohno doing what's necessary to buy himself some time. He's still nursing that elbow injury, or is he? Axe bomber by Ohno. Oh, Shining Wizard.
Smart by Ohno. He's got a little injury with that right arm, but he's going with the leg.
And the senton splash by Ohno, who spent many years training and competing in the land of the rising sun. He and Itami have, well, been on many different countries together at the same time. Ohno asking Itami, you want respect? Well, oh! Itami, instead, with the, oh, looking for the go to sleep. Now it's Ohno. He said he had an answer for the GTS. Oh, there it is! Rolling elbow by Ohno. That knocks Itami all the way to the outside of the ring.
I don't know if that was the force of the roaring elbow, or instead perhaps it was his own volition, but this has bought Ohno some time.
That might have been Kassius' best shot.
And Kassius Ohno throwing caution to the wind, an injured elbow and all, doing whatever is necessary to try to mine victory in this no disqualification match, now stalking his prey.
Itami looks dazed.
Former friends, now bitter enemies.
How much this hurts?
Oh! How much does this hurt as he delivers another cracking elbow to the face of Hideo Itami?
Certainly wasn't a rhetorical question, but there was damage done to the elbow as well. Itami is down and prone, though, barely moving.
A rivalry that has been percolating for months, coming to a full boil in this no disqualification match. This week on NXT, and Kassius Ohno with the front face lock on Itami.
No.
Fisherman suplex. How did he get the big man Ohno over like that?
Just imagine the pain that's shooting down the back of Kassius Ohno taking that big hit on the back of the steel ramp.
What a reversal of fortune for Hideo Itami.
You see there, Ohno was grabbing at his elbow. I think there was more damage done to that already injured elbow. And if Itami is smart and he sees that, he should focus on it now.
Itami capitalizing after that fisherman release suplex on the ramp. Anything goes, no disqualification. Itami has the steel chair in his possession one more time. Covering Ohno in the corner with it. Hesitation, drop kick out of the steel chair and into the face of Kassius Ohno. This should be it. Rolling over the dead weight of Ohno is Itami. 1, 2, kicks out.
What guts and determination from Kassius Ohno to dig down deep and somehow kick out. But he's hurt and he's in trouble And Itami.
It's more than just victory. It's all about respect.
Show me respect.
Take a listen to this. Hesitation drop kick on the chair in the corner.
Ooh, right hand catches Itami flush in the mush. Rolling elbow.
Was he think? I think he was perhaps.
Hook to the eyes.
He may have been trying to hit him low there.
Looking for a receipt. Oh, there it is.
There's no doubt about that.
Painful, blurry, no disqualification. Remember, the low blow is legal. And Kassius Ohno just caught Itami with another rolling elbow.
Come on.
The cover hooks a leg. Ohno defeats Itami.
Oh, hey.
Your winner, Kassius Ohno.
Turnabout is fair play as Kassius Ohno resorting to, well, the conditions of a no disqualification match, pulverizing the plums in Itami's fruit basket, Nigel.
Wait a second, guys. When Itami took a shortcut, you were all crying.
It's a no DQ match.
Let's take a look how this match went down. Here we are early on in the match at Raw, but no. I think perhaps he was trying for a boot to the stomach. Perhaps he was going low. It's hard for me to say. What I can say is there's no doubt here what Kassius Ohno was doing. A cheap shot, low blow, knocking out Hideo Itami almost with that low blow. If not, certainly with this rolling elbow.
Good night.
Covered him. Didn't need to cover him deep, but he did anyway. It's a 3 count.
Well, it looks like the low blow by Kassius was the secret weapon against the GTS.
Shocking to me. Everyone cried when Itami took a shortcut. Now Ohno has done the same. Where will this take him?
What does the future hold for the NXT Women's Division? After once again coming up victorious in Brooklyn, the undefeated Asuka returns to Full Sail for the first time since TakeOver. What's next for the Empress of Tomorrow and her unprecedented reign as champion? We'll find out when NXT returns next. Welcome back to NXT, and next week, Ruby Riot will get her opportunity at Revenge. But will the unpredictable Riot find a tag team partner to help combat Billie Kay and Peyton Royce? Will she even attempt to look for a partner in the first place? Ruby Riot is hell-bent on vengeance, and next week, she'll get another opportunity against the iconic duo right here on NXT. And as if that wasn't big enough, how about this one? The United Kingdom Championship will be on the line when Pete Dunne defends his title against the always impressive Wolfgang. Does the last King of Scotland have what it takes to dethrone the Bruiserweight? We'll find out next week on NXT when the coveted UK Championship is once again up for grabs.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka.
champion. Then Asuka, a record breaker in every sense of the word. She suffered a broken collarbone after retaining the NXT Women's Championship against Ember Moon in a fantastic match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
Been in NXT for almost 2 years. I have fought so many great superstars. I love NXT. I love NXT. I grow so much here. I am grateful for NXT.
Asuka, since becoming the NXT Women's Champion, you have done nothing but defend that title with honor. You have been willing to risk everything to defend that title, which was evident at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I can honestly say that you are one of the greatest champions in WWE history. Now we, the NXT universe, already know that. But other people have started to notice as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to announce that Asuka and I have started negotiations with both general managers from Raw and SmackDown Live. But that's a bittersweet moment because Asuka will be stepping down as NXT Women's Champion. But please, please, this is a wonderful opportunity for Asuka. And now the rest of the world will know what we already know, and that is...
No one is ready for Asuka!
There will never be another Asuka. in NXT. Guys, she came from the land of the rising sun where she was already a decorated competitor, and she set NXT on fire.
What a heartwarming display of sportsmanship and respect. The storied rivalry between Moon and Asuka will go down in legend, but tonight this is all about the Empress of Tomorrow and what tomorrow holds for her.
The Raw and SmackDown Live superstars should be put on notice.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, I give you the undefeated 523-day reigning NXT Women's Champion, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka!
And in the annals of NXT, there will only ever be one Empress of Tomorrow. No one will ever be ready for Asuka.